Can I get my green card if I collected public assistance? That is our topic for today. Welcome to the Lawyers and Mediators International Show and Podcast, where we discuss law and conflict resolution topics to educate both professionals and everyday people. Catch regular episodes on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. Just remember, nothing in these episodes constitutes legal advice, so be sure to talk to a lawyer, as cases are fact-dependent. Hey everyone, this is attorney Mac Pierre-Louis, lawyer, mediator, arbitrator, and working throughout Florida and Texas. And as you know, this podcast series talks about the law and conflict resolution topics. And so today is no different. We're going to be talking about immigration law. And so today I have a guest with me, Samuel Aguocha. And Samuel is a lawyer colleague of mine. He's a friend of mine. He and I used to actually office close together when we were working in a building out here in Houston. And so just wanted to introduce him and have him talk to us today about this topic in immigration law. Samuel, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Good to see you again, Mac.
Yes, sir. You too. And so tell everybody a little bit about yourself to start things off.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Samuel Aguocha. I am an immigration attorney. I am stationed here in Houston, Texas. Houston has been my home now for a good number of years. Mm-hmm. I got some of my education here in Houston and a little bit overseas. So that's really who I am. But today we're going to touch a topic that a lot of people called, oh, I have a small question.
Yeah.
Is it, can I get my green card if at any time in the past I have received public assistance?
Yeah. So Samuel, let me ask you, do you get that question a lot first off?
Yes, I do.
And I'm just curious, typically, is it like a consultation kind of question, or is it something that people don't really talk about until later when you're in the middle of a case?
No, a lot of time they just called. That's the only reason they called.
Yeah.
And all they want to know is, oh, I have 5 kids, and they send me and my wife a paper that we qualify for a food stamp. But we're kind of scared. We don't want something to come in the future to hurt us.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all you want to know today? Yeah, that's all we want to know. Yeah. I said, okay. Then we move on and I explain to them what is going on and how it come to be.
Yeah. Well, tell us, what is the answer? If somebody is in this country and they want to get their residency, but they have received some kind of public assistance, okay, and then you can define it. Maybe it's TANF, maybe it's food stamps, whatever. The taxpayer's footing that bill, right? So can somebody get their green card if they have been getting public assistance?
The answer there is yes. But I wouldn't be doing you a good service if I just say yes and keep quiet.
Of course, it depends, right? That's always the answer we lawyers give. It depends. So what does it depend on?
So right now, actually, let me take you back a little bit.
All right.
What happened was during the past administration, there was an effort to disqualify and otherwise qualified candidates from getting either their green card or their citizenship. So when that came into being, there was some kind of controversy. And of course, we are a country of lawsuit and lawsuit. So there was a lawsuit, and that lawsuit went to appeals court. So the Court of Appeal put an injunction on that. In other words, they said, no, this rule cannot go into effect because it would be a violation of the Constitution.
Got it.
So to answer your question, you will still see the question in your application.
Okay.
You will still have to answer it truthfully. If you have at any point received any aid from either in form of a food stamp, in form of a going to hospital, or cash advance, something like that.
Yeah.
But remember that immigration law changes just like weather changes. So at this point in time, yes, you can get your green card or your citizenship, even if you have in the past received public assistance. Of course, the law can change. If
Yep.
it changes, we don't know what it would be. But for now, it will not qualify you from getting your green card or your citizenship.
So you're saying right now, at this point in time, it does not disqualify you from getting your green card or citizenship.
Yes, it will
Okay.
not.
Correct. Well, then, what about extreme situations? I'm guessing there's always an exception to every rule. So, is there a situation where you can imagine, okay, you're going to have a really hard time getting your green card if you have taken a certain number or a certain amount of public assistance? What do you think?
Generally speaking, no. There is no limit of you being disqualified if otherwise you were qualified. Of course, if there is evidence that you did not get that support in good faith,
Yeah.
meaning that you have lied on the application trying to get that food stamp. That itself is not the amount or the help itself.
Yeah.
That itself may disqualify you.
Got it. So it's the fraud that can become a issue, right? And if you're getting public assistance, by thievery, by lying, then if that comes out, that might give you a black eye to the immigration authorities.
That is correct. That might give you a black eye. And that is why whenever you are applying for anything, it is important that you talk to a lawyer, even though you may not like lawyers. But talk to them, they are more likely to direct you to the right direction, which could mean that even if you have lied on that application, the question there is that lying standing alone, would it be a reason to disqualify you if you otherwise qualified?
Got it. So, okay. I mean, that answers the question. I was curious about the answer, actually. And since immigration law is federal, then this shouldn't matter where or what state you live in, correct? So it doesn't matter if you're in
No,
Texas or Florida or Virginia.
no, it shouldn't matter because you look at the forms are kind of, universal, regardless of the state you live in, whether you live in the southern state or the northern state, the red state or blue state, it doesn't matter.
Got it. So, well, you brought up red state, blue state. So we talk about politics sometimes. Well, not really on this channel, but I was gonna say this whole topic is, would you agree with me, is kind of controversial. When people discuss, whether we call it welfare or we call it public assistance, um, is that something that can stir a lot of emotion, a lot of strong emotion, especially on this topic because it's mixed in with immigration?
Actually, yes, because when you are looking at applicants that are applying maybe for green card or for citizenship, there is always a heightened anxiety.
Yeah.
Whether founded or unfounded, that's beside the point. There is already a heightened anxiety. And when they are asking that particular question, will it if you look directly into their eye, you will see that there is some kind of anxiety there. There is some kind of, oh, are we going to get it or are we not going to get it?
Yeah.
But you, the practitioner, you are the one there to, if you like, calm the storm water so that they know that they are going to get it. There is no reason to lose sleep unless there is something else they have not disclosed to you, which a lot of times some clients do that. But that standing alone is not a reason for you not to get your papers.
Yeah. If somebody has the fear that if they disclose the truth, it might somehow hurt them, would your advice always be, look, you got to just tell the truth?
Well, you always tell them to disclose everything to you.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, clients can disclose what they think that you need to know.
Yeah.
That's just the, I mean,
That's
the
the
way,
reality, right? That's just
that's the
reality.
reality.
Yeah.
Unless if you think they haven't told you everything, you start to poke into that question. When you start to poke into it more and more, maybe things will come out. And things usually do come out. And
Yeah.
when it comes out, that gives you, the lawyer, the opportunity to package their paper in a way that they will get what they are looking for. So,
Exactly.
but they don't realize that, but it's up to you to try as much as you can to
Got
get
it.
to the truth.
Got it. So, Samuel, because of time, let me share people your website. This is endeavorlaw.com. And if people want to contact you, of course, they can, of course, go there. It has all your information. Okay.
Yes,
And that's endeavor-law.com.
sure.
And, but is immigration the bulk of what you're practicing these days, or are you doing other work as well if people wanted to reach out?
90% of what we do these days is immigration.
Yeah.
And when you hear the word immigration, it is very, very vast. Of course, that includes asylum. That includes people that have been detained for one reason or the other. And the next of kin is more likely to call and say, oh, we want him to get out.
Correct.
What can we do? So it's up to you to come and tell them, hey, we can help that your next of kin to get out. But talk to us a little bit. Does
Yeah.
he have a wife? Does he have children? Does he have a relative here? Because those are one of the things that the court will be looking at in order when considering if that person is going to be a flight risk.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Well, we could talk about immigration all day. There's a lot of questions. I'm an immigrant myself into this country. And so having gone through the process and then trying to contribute to this American society, I know that there are still people who are in line, right? Who are trying to do it the right way. And as they naturalize over time and as they get their green cards over time, there's a lot of questions, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of, roadblocks along the way. There's so many things. So we could have, many, many hours of discussions with regards to different immigration topics. So definitely want you back so we can talk about these topics. And if people out there have questions, they can tune in. And it's Samuel Aguocha, Esquire, at endeavorlaw.com. That's endeavor-law.com. All right, Samuel. Did you want to close us out? Anything you want people to remember about this topic today, about green cards?
Well, if there is anything that you might have heard today that I wanted to stick in your mind and in your brain, it is that being an immigrant is part of what makes us who we are as America. When we come to that of something that can stop you from getting your papers, like we discussed today, in the area of getting public assistance. You want to know that that standing on itself will not be a reason for you not to get your papers. That is the way the law is made, and that is the way it is at this time.
All right. All right, guys. Stay tuned till next time. Talk soon, Samuel. Thank you.